Howdy folks, welcome back. Oh boy, how do I do this? First, let's back up a little bit. Let's start over here. Okay. Hopefully there's nobody watching right now. Okay. So, let's go over here. First we were investigating the particulates, okay? And I was looking through all the different microns. So let's go to microns here. Oh, wait. First, what I want to do is get this overlay off. Let's take that off. There we go. No overlays. I'm going to go back to particulates real quick. And hi, it's probably going to be a boring but very interesting one. So hang in there, you guys. Good morning. Good morning to all you. I don't sleep. This is the middle of the night for me. So let me get us going here. Alright, what I was doing here was the particulates, okay? We're going to go to 1 micron, alright? This is a different unit, but this is basically 1 micron, okay? And we're coming over here and we're looking at small particulates, okay? Stuff that water droplets are going to cling to, right? And of course, we got lots of particulates, lots of pollution coming out of China and stuff like that, okay? And we look around and there's particulates coming out of just little sites. Probably this might be a volcano. This might be a volcano. This might be industrial sites here in Cuba, but not much over the U.S., okay? Now, let's keep going. Let's go back to China. All right, so we got lots of particulates right here, okay? I'm going to jump up in size. We're going to go up to particulates that are a little bit bigger, okay? And you can see they're still spewing all this stuff out, okay? We're going to go up to the biggest particulate right here, okay? And you can see that this is more like dust, okay? This is the stuff that's coming off of Saudi Arabia, okay? It's blowing over the Mediterranean. Here's dust from Africa coming off, okay? I'm going to go a little bit bigger. This is organic matter, okay? And this is like stuff that's emitting from the earth, okay? And we're seeing it around little spots here, okay? But this is more organic stuff, all right? Still a bunch spewing from China and here and stuff. So while I was looking at this, I noticed our next setting. Now, what's very important about this, we've been looking for sulfur, right? We've been looking at sulfur dioxide, right? Here's another sulfur oxide compound. This is a sulfur quad oxide, or it's just a sulfur. There's a different name for it. But this is another one I'm very interested in, especially SO4. And I will tell you why, because we're going to click on the SO4 here. All right. Now this is sulfur. It's a sulfur ion, okay? It has a chemical compound name. It's very complex. We'll get into that in a minute. But I just want you to look at all the SO4 sulfur ion, sulfur quad oxide, we will say. It's not a trioxide. Has 4 oxygen atoms, okay? But look how it's blowing all around the world, these deep concentrations of it, okay? Look how these deep concentrations of this SO4 gas. Now, this SO4 is both organic and inorganic, okay? It can be produced from the ground, but a lot of this is pollution, okay? We're not interested whether it's organic or inorganic. We're just interested in its presence, okay? The presence of SO4, it's a sulfur compound, okay? Sulfur quad oxide is what I like to call it. That way it kind of makes sense to you guys, okay? You see how concentrated it is in regions, and then, over the Africa it's not. I didn't even look at the southern hemisphere, but you can see it. It gets caught up in storms and swirls around. Let's put some wind in here real quick so you guys can get a little idea. Let the wind, you see how the wind's carried aloft and stuff. Now over here is, let me turn the winds off now, is a little different case. Now over here, along the coast of South Africa, or South America, where we're seeing all of our plumes, right? We're also seeing SO4. Okay, now I want you to remember, we're kind of doing a little chemistry tonight. I'm sorry I have to do this in the middle of the night, but it's very, very, very important. Hopefully most people will be watching this later when they have time. Yes, more bad storms. So we're currently getting, where I'm at, our storm has increased like threefold, which I thought it would just be twofold, but it's three. And it's continuing. I mean, it didn't end when it was supposed to. It's still lasting longer. It's a slower moving storm. Anyways, I'm trying to get back to this SO4 and the concentrations of it along the coast right here, where we're having all of our other SO2 emissions. Okay, so a lot of sulfur coming out of this area, right? A lot of particulates. All right, those are particulates that mix with the water vapor in the air, with water vapor in the air to form water droplets, okay? So SO4 mixes with the water in the air, okay? Now, you see this SO4 all the way around the world, okay? There's not a place where there isn't. I go down to Antarctica, would be the only place, and it exists down here as well, okay? So it has circumnavigated the globe. Let's go up to the North Pole. Yeah, really bad up here. Okay. And the reason why I'm going to tell you about this SO4 and what its importance is. Okay, I'm so glad I found this. I was hoping it would be on the chemistry. I don't understand why it's not here, but it is on here. So thank God we found it. SO4 is a very, very important compound, and I'm going to explain. First, we're going to take our little concentrations, look around the planet. Okay, okay. Oh, something else I want to add is the wind here. And I want you to see where SO4 comes from and where it goes. Okay? Coming from China, riding these currents. I'm going a little stronger for you. Follow those currents for me, would you? You see this pink cloud? Just with your own eyes, follow where they go. All their SO4 is coming over and hitting us, right? It's also hitting up here right now, too. You can see just the split in the weather patterns. But usually, all their SO4 emitted both by the ground organically and by man, pollution wise, forms giant plumes of SO4. Okay, SO4 travels across the air currents, comes over here, mixes in with our storms and stuff, and rains, right? Okay, so now we're going to, whoopsie, I think it's right here, yeah. Okay, let's do a little chemistry real quick here. I had this pulled up. What happened to it? No, no, that's not the one I want. Hang on. I got to do this in a certain manner here, so you guys can understand it. And I had this pulled up. Why do they do this to me? I spent so much time. Okay, so when H2O, which is water, mixes with SO4, it makes a chemical compound. Come on, where to go? Called H2SO4. Okay, you guys ever heard of H2SO4? Anybody from high school remember anything from chemistry? H2SO4. What is the chemical? I'm trying to find SO4 mixed with water. Okay, here we go. What happens when SO4 reacts with water? Okay, let's see. Sulfuric acid. Well, what happens? Sulfuric acid reacts violently when mixed with alcohol and water and releases heat. It reacts it reacts with most metals, particularly when diluted with water, to form flammable hydrogen gas, which may create an explosive hazard. Okay? So all their SO4 is mixing with the water in the water vapor, right? And creating sulfuric acid. Not just acid rain. We're talking it's creating sulfuric acid. Okay? Now we have plumes of sulfuric acid. That's what this is. That's a plume of SO4 mixing with the water in the water vapor, creating sulfuric acid in our atmosphere. Now, okay. Oh, dang it. I did it wrong. Dang it. So, what is H2SO4 called? It's called sulfuric acid. Okay, back up. What? I missed all my cues. Ugh. Okay, how would sulfuric acid now that the SO4 has combined with water, where is my zoom in here? I'm not even showing you guys anything. Oh, where is my thing? It is not pulled up. How would this work? Okay, let's try again. Sorry. What is the SO is a SO4 is a sulfide compound that's both organic and man-made. Okay, where I had my thing all laid out. Why did they do this to me? All right. Well, I had an example laid out for you guys. So, what the heck have I? Why won't it let me have this one? All right, let's try it again. Bear with me. Why am I getting all this stuff? I don't want this stupid channel. All right, bear with me here. I have to do it the opposite way. All right. Let's see if we can zoom in on some of these while they're posted here. Please pull this one up. All right, well, let me try zooming into this. This is the wrong one. I hate it when they do this to me right before I go live. Every time. It's like forces working against me here. All right, I don't want to play with Google. No, I don't want to sign in. I just want to read this article. Jeez. All right, so when you mix sulfuric acid now that we've added SO4 to H2O, we got H2SO4, which is sulfuric acid. Now we have sulfuric acid plumes in the atmosphere that mixes with water again. Now, what happens when you mix water with sulfuric acid? Water is lighter than sulfuric acid, and mixing water with sulfuric acid releases heat. Adding water to acid can cause boundary layer to form, and the water will float on top of the acid, and intense heat develops the boundary layer. This can cause water to boil and spit water acid solution into the unwise chemist's face, so it can splatter. The other article I had said, was telling you, you got to be careful. You can mix acid with water, but when you mix water with acid, you get an explosive pop. And get my... All right, let me just try something here real quick. I'm getting rid of this site. These guys just disappointed me in a way that I am infuriated about. I'm going to go over to Google real quick and just type in something real quick. We're just going to do it real old-fashioned way. What happens when H2SO4 reacts with water? There it is. Okay. And it was a hidden one. Was it this one? No, that's the site that just messed me up. Let's go here to the lab alley. Okay. I need to zoom in on this for you guys. Okay. When you mix concentrated sulfuric acid and water, you pour the acid into a large volume of water. Sulfuric acid, H2SO4, reacts very vigorously with water in a highly exothermic reaction. That's what I was trying to get to, is the exothermic reaction. Would you please stop it, you guys? The exothermic reaction. If you add water to concentrated sulfuric acid, it can boil and spit sulfuric acid. The two won't mix together, and it'll spit the acid at you and get a nasty acid burn, okay? So if we do these on a large scale size on the earth, whoops, and we are mixing huge amounts of SO4 with huge amounts of water, making huge amounts of sulfuric acid, having acid rain, and spitting violently exothermic reactions. Okay? These violent exothermic reactions can cause fires. Okay? And something I was looking for a long time, and I just could never get it right. But thanks to my little, I don't even know to call it a power nap. It's more like almost like a trance. Kind of being like in a vision state. I don't know. I'll explain it to you guys someday later. But when I was in my little vision state, we were over here, and I was going through these up here. And we had air, and we had ocean, we did the chemicals, right? You guys remember these chemicals? We just got into particulates, and I studied all the particulates. This one is dust. Let's just do dust real quick so you can see the dust storm that's coming off of Africa right now. What is... All right. You see this dust plume coming off of Africa, coming over here? The winds are carrying it out. That's the dust. Then we're going through the microns, and I found the SO4, and I was like, thank God I found the SO4. Now we got the SO4 readings. And I thought, this has got to be making fires or something. So I'm looking around. I remember seeing fire somewhere. Or space. No, what's bio? Bio mode. And we come over to bio mode. And overlays. What do we have? Fires. Active fires. So let's click on our active fires. I want to take away the other way. That's going to be our overlay. Now I want to go to the particulates and to the smoke. No. The smoke. Even more smoke. Let's tone it down a little bit because I need you to that right there. Okay, we are all set now with our fires. Okay, let's go over here, shall we? Yeah. What's going on here? What is going on here? All right, this is a very populated area, very densely populated. They don't have the best electricity and housing and stuff. So a lot of these could be people's little individual fires at their campsite, their house, their whatever, okay? That's not what I'm really concerned about here, but look how intense their fires are. Okay. And wait, let me take the winds off of here for a minute because they're blinding the fires. There we go. So boom, that's India, and here's Malaysia. And then as we come over here, let's just kind of zoom into this big old island, this populated island right here that has no fires. Got to be plenty of people on this island having some kind of fire, right? Well, we come over to this island. Oh, this is our island with the weird finger, remember? With our little volcano here. Let's take a peek at what's going on this island. Very interesting. Look at these little fires going on here on this island, huh? And on the islands, on the other islands here too, but not that big one. But on these little islands here, we got a little fire. A little fire on this island. Some of these are uninhabited islands, yet they got fires. Yet the big one with the big inhabited doesn't have any fires. Maybe there's more to these little fires than meets the eye. Maybe we should just go up to our volcano. Don't you think so? Let's just zoom. What's going on here? What's going on here at our volcano? Do you see our little fires? Is somebody camped out at the volcano having a campfire? Do you see it now? These dots are not just fires. These are also hot spots. We found the hot spot tool, folks. We found the hot spot tool. It also picks up fires, but when we get on a little uninhabited island like this that's having a volcanic eruption, spewing sulfur in the air, right next to it. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. I want to back out. All right, so now all of a sudden, our fires are more than fires. They are hot spots as well. They can be both. Some things can be two at the same time, all right? So now with that in mind, I start searching around. And I'm like, okay, we back out. Now that we're looking for hot spots and fires, you can see the smoke coming from the fires, right? So some of these might be hot spots. Maybe these darker orange ones. Then I start coming over here, and I'm looking at the fires in Africa. You know, there's tribes out here in the middle of the Congo having their little, cooking their lion or their zebra over a fire or whatever. This could be, you know, small little civilizations that don't have electricity that, you know, rely on fires or heat. You know, that's how they heat their homes or something, okay? So we're going around the world looking at the smoke and all the fires. Here, you want to come see what America's fires look like? Yeah. Not much, huh? What's going on? Well, no fires, they're hot spots. Well, let's take a look at America's hot spots, shall we? Now, if you guys think that these might be like an industrial plant, it could have a heat signature, you know. More like, this says a fire, like an open flame, okay? So, you know, possibly a burn off from, say, an oil rig. Okay, so, but there's no oil rigs around here, I don't think. This isn't really oil country. It would be over here in Texas, right? So let's go take a look at our burn offs. Well, there aren't any. There's no burn-offs in Texas. Oklahoma for sure would have some, right? No. So they're not burn-offs. Okay? They're hot spots. I'm going to come over here to California. I saw a couple earlier, and they have faded. That's good. So, we're going to go oh yeah, I wanted to come over here and we were checking out the fires. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Oh wait, we gotta zoom way in so you guys can see this fire right here. Okay, let's get way into this fire right here. Okay, so I'm looking at these fires in this place right here, these plumes and hot spots and stuff, and I'm looking at all these fires in this zone right here. All of these fires that are underwater. This is the Persian Gulf. These could be burn-offs, okay? There are oil platforms, I believe, out there. So, well, let's go over to where there are lots of oil platforms. Let's go look at all their burn-offs, shall we? Where are they? There are none. If these are oil platform burn-offs, they should be all through this area, right? So, all of a sudden, this area is having underwater heat signatures. Holy smokes! And not just there, but very concentrated there. Okay? Now, let's go over to where the real oil platforms are. Come on now. We all know that we will see that activity right here, right? Oh, yeah, it should be all over the place right here. Strangely absent. I don't think those are burn-offs. I really don't. Because there would be a couple, at least one or two, right? Let's go off the California coast. Come on, there's oil platforms out here, right? Nope. No burn-offs. No, not even a single one. Oh, let's go up to Alaska. There's lots of oil platforms and burn-offs going on up there. But I don't see a single red dot. The more I see this, and the more I start looking, these ones on land can be your typical little spot fire on the ground. They might be raging forest fires for all we know. Look at all the smoke coming off of it. Fire is fire. There's a lot of fire going on. And as I go down, where was the other spot I was looking at? Where'd it go, Lord? Here's our hurricane still just pumping around down there. Here, Australia. Now we have civilizations like the Aborigines that live out in the outback, so I would expect some to see a little bit more of these spot fires or whatever out here. But you see, they're more around the city area, or they could be actual hotspots. So, however you want to view them, it's a warning. You know, we're looking at heat signatures now. All right. Now, where I want to go was back to Java. It doesn't have any of those spots, but it's still spewing smoke, or this gas. All right, let me go back up to here, to our volcano. All right, I showed you the little spots right there. I got to go in tighter. There we go. Here's our little island, and here's our three little hot spots or whatever, with our cloud of sulfur dioxide and sulfur quadoxide, we'll say, right there. All right, so let me back out of this. I'm going to do the microns again. All right. Let me back out of this. What happened here? There we go. There was some other place where they were underwater. Oh, here. Okay. Look right in here. All right. So, well, I forgot about my little nap vision thing. I had this disturbing vision of a underwater volcano explosion. And in this, like, dream, we'll say, I like to use the term vision. You know, I don't know if any of you have ever gone into a sweat lodge and done meditation or anything like that, but sometimes you can reach an altered state and see a vision or something like a dream. Anyways, I saw this volcano erupting underwater, and it looked like it was in a lake. And I could have sworn it was in like Lake Tahoe, but whichever, it was in a lake, and I saw ash and smoke and everything erupting from the surface of the water and going up into the air. And I automatically knew, oh shit, this is an underwater volcano. The people in the dream just stood there frozen with their phones trying to take pictures of it. And I turn up, like, get out of here. There's a shockwave coming. You could see the shockwave coming across the water as this huge pyroclastic flow erupts from the surface of the water. The people are standing there watching this shockwave, and I'm bolting, going, looking for the nearest place to dive and hunker down for a shockwave and a pyroclastic flow. Okay. And that was kind of the end of the vision, and I didn't really recall it all too well. And as I was diving into this, I remembered I had that vision just a few seconds before of the volcano erupting underwater. So now I'm deeply concerned of having an underwater eruption. And now 10 minutes later, I find out how to work the hotspot on here, and I'm finding underwater hotspots. Okay. Where was the spot I was most concerned about? Was, oh, sorry. Can you close it? It's over here. Sorry, I'm waking up my family. But it's important for you guys. No, I can't find it. Anyways, we got underwater hotspots. We got fires all over the place. Okay, producing all kinds of sulfur gas and smoke, particulates. This is just hmm. Hmm. Some of these are right on the edge, right on the water line and stuff. It'd be interesting to have a overlay, a fault line overlay. See if there's any correlation with these and fault lines. Anyway, where are we here? Black Sea. No, Mediterranean Sea. Where's the Black Sea? There's the Black Sea. This would be... Oh, I can't figure. I think this is another body of water, because there's Turkey. There's the peninsula, or the pinch point. Oh, I can't tell right now. It's too... No, those are rivers. My bad. Some of these hot spots here in Turkey, right down here. Oh, let me go a little tighter for it. All right, there's some right in there. And then the one last thing I wanted to do. Where's the earthquake one? So our little island that is just off the pointed finger thing. Here, let's pull back. All right, this is that weird shaped island. All right, with the weird finger coming out, pointing up. Right. Here's the two earthquakes that just happened right next to this. Our volcano, which I believe Is this one right? Oops, 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 oops. Right there. Okay. I believe it's this one right there. And when we zoom in on it, it kind of looks like that little squiggly sperm type thing that came off the sun, huh? Now, as I zoom into this, oopsie, it's currently erupting. So, we have an erupting volcano, you guys. Right there. I don't know what volcano this is, but it's getting ready to blow. It really looks like it's getting ready to blow. And I'm concerned about the island that's just right here below it. This one, too. I'm looking for the underwater volcano is what I'm looking for. Could it be this one? Is that puffing, too? No, it's a cloud. Oh, we had that big quake, that 6.5. Let's back out and look at the 6.5. 6.5. Where was that sucker? Oh, yeah. Oh, we've had an aftershock, too. What was this one? A 4.7 at a depth of 44. That's a residual quake, but it's not what we're looking for. It's going to be bigger than that. It's going to be bigger than the depth. It's going to be bigger than the deep one. So, oh, that's where? Let's zoom in on this one. Underwater volcano. Kind of looks like a lake. I could see something blowing up out of that. That's it right there, you guys. And this is a 6.5 on the flank of this volcano. You guys see what I'm seeing here? I know God's showing me stuff. I know that vision is, that was too vivid. It was too lifelike. It was more lifelike than real life. I think we might be seeing an eruption from this one, actually. And look at this over here. What the? Look at these. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Here's another site that could possibly be. I'm going to go over to the globe and look at that site as far as hotspots. So, pull back. Let's go over to, where are we here? Let's go Indonesia. Okay, yeah. Here's our island and our volcano. Where's our 6? Sorry. No. Right here. I need a reference, sorry. I love doing stuff in the middle of the night here. I work best at night. Alright, so we are... I'll pull back. Okay, so New Guinea, just off of New Guinea. Alright, let's go back to this. Pull back. Alright, here's New Guinea. And our earthquake was right out here. So let's see if we have any hot spots around here. Nope, I don't see any. Okay, good. Alright, I thought we might see a hot spot right around where that earthquake was. I believe it was right in here. Let's go one more time back. Excuse me. Just off the coast of this island. Right there. Nah, there's nothing going on there. Okay, good. Alright, but some major breakthroughs. We found our hotspot fire, and this tool is going to come in so handy this summer. Let me get it back to fire. Get it off of there. All right. Let's take a look at how it works. There we go. I think we're about to have another Tonga. I really do. I feel that this next wave coming in, I showed you this instrument earlier today. Here, let's go. Let's go back to this real quick because this is important at the moment too. Our third dip, okay? I explained how we had a reaction, their dip, then reaction. A dip, then reaction. I predicted this reaction. It came out perfect. I didn't want an X class, and that was perfect. I didn't want it. This is another dip. We're going to have another event right about here, okay? It's going to be a little bit less than this one, I think, or it could be more, okay? But by the judge of this, it'll be a little bit less. So right there, and then we might see another dip right over here. So these are still inbound. These haven't gotten to us yet. This is the sun kicking out this. This effect won't hit us for three more days. So we still got a full roster heading at us when we already got side effects hitting us, okay? Something about this quake is the depth again, you guys. If you haven't seen earlier, this is 598.9. You might as well make it 600, okay? Let's just round it up. That's not much. That's being fair. So 600 depth. A 6.5 that big at that depth is going to cause bigger quakes at the surface spreading out from this site. And we're seeing a aftershock right here, right below it. Let's just take a peek at what's under the aftershock. Nothing. It's just all jungle. So it's not volcanic in nature. It's a reaction to this one. Now I want you to take a good peek at this. This is a 6.5 right off of this volcano, okay? And I just had that vision. I swear, I pray to God it's wrong, but I think we might be seeing an eruption from this here real soon, okay? And I think that's all I had to bring it. And there's more stuff that'll be for tomorrow, but I wanted to show the fires, the hot spots, the underwater fires, or there's better be oil platforms. They better be. But I don't see anything else burning off like this on any other oil sites. So it looks like we're having activity underwater right there. These guys might be in for an earthquake. This whole area might be in for something that's like on a magnitude bigger than an 8, maybe, possible 9. I don't know. Pray I'm wrong, but oh, here, Mediterranean. That's what I was looking at. There was a hot spot in here. Yeah, that's where it was. Here we are, out in the middle of the water. Okay, this is just off the boot of Italy. There's no island there. Okay, there's a little hot spot right there, underwater, just off the tip of the boot of Italy. Okay, that's why I think these aren't oil platforms. These are underwater hotspots. And I remember Dutch Sense reporting on these one time, and it was this tool, and I couldn't remember how to use it, but finally God helped me tonight. He sees my frustration, and he's like, all right, Brian, I'm going to help you, man. Where was the other... Okay, so these are hot spots. Some of these are underwater. There's another one in the Mediterranean, but it looks like it's gone. Oh, no, here we go. We're in the Mediterranean. Here's 3 more hot spots out in the water, okay? Okay, that's it for tonight. I got to let my family sleep. Alright, I gotta maybe eat something too. Alright, love you all. That's it for tonight. Hopefully it wasn't too quiet and you could hear me and you could understand what we were doing there. We got all kinds of fires and hot spots as well as sulfur quad oxide, that I call it, mixing with water in the air, making sulfuric acid, that which in turn mixes with the water again and becomes exothermic and can splatter and burn. Sulfuric acid burns. So we'll get into that later, but right now I think that's about it. I just had to come on in the middle of the night and give you this stuff while it's still fresh in my head. All right, I love you all. I'll see you soon. Bye. God bless you all too. Bye.